Good afternoon, everyone. It is a real privilege to be asked to do the opening here today for the Bendigo Brands, and I'd like to congratulate Max and his team for putting on another terrific day. I don't know how they managed, but I've been coming to these field days for 40 odd years, and I don't think I've seen many days that it was raining. And even with all the rain we've had over the last, months probably now, they managed to pick a day that the sun is out. How good is that? Have a look, people sitting out on the grass having lunch. As an association, I think we're really lucky to see a group like the Bendigo Brands to put in the effort to put on a field day every year. It's very well known across Victoria and possibly even across Australia. There are people from all over the place that come and attend these field days. It's really good, and just shows you that even a smaller group, if you put your mind to something and you've got dedicated people and willing to put in the hard work, you can do anything. And I think we should congratulate the team for putting on another terrific day. There, put your hands together, please. My early recollections, my memory of the Bendigo Field Day go way back to the early part of the 80s, and I'm not sure what year did you start, Max, do you know, the Field Day?
I think we've been going about 41 years, I think.
Yeah, 41 years, but you missed a few. I think the first ones I attended was in the early part of the 80s, and at the time it was held at Mandurang. It was known as the Mandurang Field Day. I got some real good memories from there. There was a bit of parkland, bushland at the back of the, I think it was a footy oval, wasn't it, where it was at Mandurang. They used to do a nature walk, I think it was called, and I remember Bob McDonald and a few others, Roy Glanville, to take us for a walk into the bush at the back and point out all these little native plants that were growing there. The other thing what I remember is that at the time wax dipping became very popular. It wasn't very well used anywhere, it was new. Glenn Watson was another very active member of the Bendigo Brands. He had his wax tank set up, boiling hot, showing us how to wax dip boxes and then paint them. And over the years, many new things what came along were shown off at the Bendigo Field Day, including when forklifts came in and the commercial guys started using forklifts. They were shown off. The setup of four half pallets, etc. was all something you could look at the Bendigo Field Day. Now, I need to take the opportunity. We are the Victorian Apiarists Association. We are very proud to have the Bendigo Brands as a part of our association, and they're very active. If you live in the area, you're new to beekeeping, attend their meetings, get the information. They're on a terrific evening. Very good social aspect to it. They have a meal together if you wish to participate in that. I have been fortunate enough over the last few years to attend a couple of their meetings. It's a very, very good evening, apart from learning something about beekeeping. If you have the time, come and see us. We, as an association, have a stand just inside the door to your right there in the far corner. Max has actually pushed us out the way in the corner somehow. We have a number of executive members present. Ken Gell, most of you, the commercial guys at least, will know Ken. Ken has been active in the association for many, many years, probably more than he likes to remember. Phil McPherson is back in action. Phil is there. Phil is previous president. And then Lindsay Callaway, a local boy, who joined our executive, or I should say board, it's called the board now. He joined us after the AGM last year, and Lindsay, of course, is the son of Roger Callaway, and Roger was one of the people that helped set up the Bendigo Brands many, many years ago. So it's, that connection is there. And Lindsay was just telling me this morning when he was about that tall, you remember that was the main event in the year, coming with Dad to the Bendigo Field Day. So he got terrific memories of that. Come and see us if you've got any issues you'd like to talk to us about. If you're a commercial beekeeper, you've got issues getting permits or crossing into New South Wales. We know that Faroe has given lots of people all sorts of headaches and problems, etc. Come and talk to us. We just had a meeting with the department last week, Friday. It looks like the border may well open up in the next, hopefully in the next month or a bit longer. But then again, things move slowly when you talk to the bureaucracy, but that is what we're looking for at least. We have encouraged them to open borders as soon as possible. We believe that the risk level in Victoria is very similar to what it is in New South Wales in the blue zone. So there's not much difference between Victoria and the main part of New South Wales, and there shouldn't be any reason that we can't start to travel between the two states with some proper record keeping. And that is something they found out in New South Wales. Record keeping was not as good as it was meant to be. So I encourage everyone, and you can expect a knock on your door. The department is going to put on an extra 4, as they now call them, biosecurity officers. So they're not going to sit around, they're going to come and talk to all of us as beekeepers, and if your records are not up to scratch, they'll be making sure that you will do it from that day on. So if you haven't done that, please start looking at it and work your way through it. The other thing we all have to get used to, especially if you even as a small beekeeper import some queens from interstate. Up to now, not many beekeepers or queen bee breeders were using the health certificates as they were required to do. The health certificate got a cost to it, and that is probably the main reason that no one ever used the health certificates. If you get queen bees sent to you from interstate, they should come with a health certificate. If it is not with your queen bees, they haven't done the job properly. That will probably be enforced from now on as well. So we, as end consumers, we'll probably end up wearing that cost, and that could be around the $50 mark. So if you order one queen, expect to pay another $50 odd. If you order 20 queens, then that cost is not too bad, but it's still a cost. So that is something we will learn to live with and get used to and budget for and all of that. I won't take any more of your time. It's been a real pleasure to have the opportunity to open the Bendigo Field Day. Nearly said the Melbourne Field Day, but no, I won't do that, Max. Without further ado, it's my pleasure to declare open the 2022 Bendigo Field Day. My name is John van Weeghel, President, Victorian Apiarists Association. We're here at the Bendigo Field Day, another glorious day, terrific field day. We're here just to connect with the members, say hello to everyone, anyone that wants to join up. We are a statewide association for beekeepers, virtually representing all beekeepers, commercial and hobbyist beekeepers. Anyone that is interested, you can find us on the website, Victorian Apiarists Association, and you can join up online. We have a shop, sell a few bits and pieces, and we'd like to see you. If you want to, my details are on there. John van Weeghel, give us a ring. Happy to say hello and have a chat. Thank you.
What would be your recommendation for novice new beekeepers? What's the first few steps that they should do?
The first few steps, the very first step is to register with the department. Join a beekeepers club. We like to have everyone to join with us, but there are many more regional clubs around. Join one of your regional clubs. If they're close by, go to the meetings. This time of the year, it's very important that you learn to control swarming. Swarming is one of the biggest issues in beekeeping. It creates a real nuisance for your neighbours and the councils. For instance, the department have a full-time staff member at this time of the year to just deal with swarming inquiries and complaints. And that is one of the biggest drawbacks of beekeeping. If you don't control your swarming, it gives us as an industry and hobbyists a bad name.
Excellent. Thanks, John.
Thank you.